So you found out you had Lyme disease.
I didn't have.
Oh, you did have Lyme disease.
I was pregnant.
But you were pregnant. But you thought you did.
Yes.
Okay.
Detected.
Let me just clarify that. She did not have it. Okay. So you were pregnant with your son.
Yes.
That's 3 years old now. Mm-hmm. So what kind of voyage did God have you going through during that time that you were on bed rest for 12 weeks, and then you have no money coming in from your business, like from the actual business? How did you how was your mind able to sustain like that?
It was hard because I had to think about all the money that I put into getting it started. And now I wasn't prepared because everything that I made, I was putting into my business. I had a little bit of money put up, but after paying rent, like that first month of being on bed rest, that was gone.
Right.
Because I only expected to be on maternity leave 6 weeks.
Right. But it ended up being a lot longer.
Yes, I went on bed rest the weekend of Thanksgiving. It's crazy because when I left the salon that weekend, I wasn't feeling good, so I just left it a mess. It was still hair on the floor, everything, like towels all over the place, my old Dunkin' Donuts, everything.
Right.
I didn't end up getting back in my salon until maybe March.
Okay.
So that's a long time. That's from November all the way to March. Bills was racking up. Clients trying to figure out where I'm at. The ones that was in and out. Of course, I kept record of my main ones, the standing appointments and stuff.
Right.
They were trying to figure out where to go to get their hair done. It's so funny. All my short clients end up coming back with long hair because they just refuse to go anywhere and get their hair cut.
Right. Because they respect your work, though.
Right.
So your clients had a hard time reaching out to you, because you were gone 6 months. So what happened?
Well, they would keep in touch. They were texting me while I was in the hospital on bed rest. Some of them would come and see me and stuff, but it was difficult, trying to transition back. Once I had my son, he was preemie. He was supposed to be born in April. He ended up being born in February. He was 10 weeks early. When I came back to work, my clients became my helpers. I had to have this little newborn small baby at work with me. They would change him for me in between clients. They would feed him,
right,
rock him to sleep. I would have him on the little fanny pack thing every now and then. And life got real. We all go through those up and down
right,
things. Out of nowhere, things started getting good again, though. After I had him, I got a worker in there with me.
Okay.
Really good guy. Was open to learning and different things. And it seemed like I was outgrowing it. I ended up getting a girl in there to do massage. Then I ended up getting a lady in there that wanted to do lashes.
Right.
So I'm like, oh my God, I need to expand. And it just so happened that the lady up front in the building ended up moving out.
Right.
So I opened up the wall and connected it, put my awning up. Things were going good. But from being nice and sweet and letting people not pay this week because their motivation is lacking and I see good in you, or they had a bill to pay, so they couldn't afford to pay booth rent, and letting them slack, I was falling behind on my things,
right,
because I had a heart. This is what I was talking about earlier of how you have to have empathy and not sympathy in business.
Okay.
I don't care what you got going on in your personal life. Your stuff is on my station, you have to pay rent.
Right.
It's just as simple as that. How are you giving me notes in your booth rent envelope saying I owe you? That's not going to pay a bill. People start taking your kindness for a weakness. Slowly but surely, I had to start letting people go. And I got to the point where I'm just like, I want to go back to the original. Because I needed that motivation back. Because stuff has started draining me. Oh my God, bills is higher, toilet paper paper towel, products, all of this stuff I got going on.
Yes.
Like, it's starting to get difficult, and it's starting to cut into my personal life too. So if I have to choose between my personal life and my business life, I'm gonna choose my personal life. So let me downsize a little bit. I don't want all them people working for me now because I can't take it. My mental, I worry too much. They gonna drain me. So I started downsizing. At that point, I started having issues with my landlord and different things like that. And one day I came to the shop and had a 3-day notice on my door after I just downsized and closed the wall back up and put so much work into this building. I had just got a mural put up. Like I said, I had tore down walls. I made the place look so attractive. Like when I say that, I mean like the lights to the drop ceiling were attached by extension cords. Like that place could have caught on fire any day.
Right.
It had never looked the way it looked until I had gotten there.
Okay.
But people are funny when they owe you money.
Right.
You know. And at that time I was tired. So I just was like, you know what? I'm not about to let this bother me. He want me out in 3 days, even though this is illegal. I'm going. He had lied, told people I was a year behind on my rent, had my workers thinking I'm taking their booth right now, paying bills, and all this crazy stuff. And at that point, I just didn't care. I'm like, I'm tired. I didn't let people slide. They can believe what they want.
Right.
I'm drained. No matter what, I'm still a hairstylist. I could go work anywhere. I am the Dollhouse Salon. I built this brand. Can't nobody take that from me. No matter what, this is me. So I'm going to just go to another salon and work. And it's very humbling because people are like, what happened? Oh, you want to know what I heard? Now all the rumors are starting to come into play. You have to have tough skin at that point
yeah,
because
I know what you mean.
they got so much stuff made up in their mind based off of the snowball effect of what so-and-so told them. And this person told them, and that person told them. And it's crazy because the people that I was letting work for me and take advantage to get to the point where I was to where now I don't have anything, talked about me like a dog. I had given them flat irons. I had given them money for their children because they didn't have it.
Right.
Bought them things, giving them rides to work. I'm your boss. There's no reason why I should be taking you to work.
Right.
There's no reason why I should be making sure you eat. There's no reason why I have to take you in the back and tell you to get yourself together and give you free weeks. And you've been working for me for 2 months, and now I got to reduce your booth rent down to half because you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You expected me to hustle for you, and you're an independent contractor.
Right.
I'm not supposed to hustle for you. You're supposed to rent that booth and get to work.
That's your hustle.
That's your hustle.
Right. You just give me your
I built this brand.
Yep.
Now you're jacking people's hair up, or you telling people stuff and saying that I told you that. Like, you giving out false information. So now you about to have my brand jacked up, the stuff that I built and had to work for. You out here talking about me.
Right.
And I'm the one that instilled in you what you needed to keep going.
Right.
Like, it's very humbling. Like, I'm just now, we're in 2018 now. I'm just now getting to the point where I'm able to work around other stylists again and be in a public, because people are so cruel and they believe what they want. And some people just want to see you doing terrible. So
they do.
They put all this negative stuff out in the atmosphere. And it's hard walking in public because, you know, I still walk around to this day with my Dollhouse shirts on.
Right.
And they're like, you seeing all of this silly stuff going on, and it's not your business of what happened. And I don't have to explain to you what happened. Right. And at this point, believe what you want. Right. Because I don't care. I went and worked at 2 salons after I closed. And it wasn't a fit for me. Like, I was bitter. I was mad. I didn't want to be around other people. Right. So I ended up renting a suite from this nice lady out in Canfield, and I was like in the back of her business in this little room with, I had to rebuy all my equipment and make it into a salon. It was really nice, but it came with a lot of rules. I couldn't have my signs up. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I couldn't tell them I was doing hair. When I blow dry hair, the fire alarm was going off, and it was sent Boardman Fire Department out. And
Right.
it was happening like every 5 minutes. Like,
Right.
we had to take the sensor out. So now I'm in there. If something was to catch on fire, nobody would know because there's not no sensor up there. And it just was becoming too much. It had got to the point where God was making me uncomfortable to where I started feeling like I had cabin fever because it was time to go.
Right.
Just recently, I moved back to the salon where I started getting my motivation, which was imaginations.
Okay.
And it's so funny because my coworkers like, you so friendly and happy, and because I walk in there every day, good morning. I give everybody a hug. Like,
Right.
it feels so good to be around people again.
Right.
Like, I just talked to one of my salon friends, stylist friends. She's a really good entrepreneur in Youngstown as well. And I had to tell her, like, I didn't like none of y'all for a minute because you don't know where the negative energy is coming from.
Right.
And, you know, stylists get a bad rep of gossiping.
Right.
So I felt like all of y'all is two-faced, and I don't like none of y'all.
Right.
And I don't need none of y'all. And I have my clientele, and they're going to follow me under a rock. I had got to this, like, bitter, cocky, just negative place. And I had to pray to get myself out of it because it was causing more harm than...
Been good.
Yeah, like, I just... It feels good to be back around people. Like, I could see what time of day it is. I felt like in the little suite, it could be a dang on hurricane outside. I wouldn't know because I'm back there in that room with no windows, no nothing. Like, Clyde's got to ring a doorbell for me to come and open the door because I'm scared somebody might come in and take people's stuff from the front. She had Apple computers and stuff up there. Like, it was just, it was time to go. So now I'm at a point where I'm rebuilding my brand. I am the Dollhouse Salon. And the good thing about working yourself up from rock bottom, there is no more ways to go down.
Right.
It's only up to go.
Yep.
So now I know what I did wrong. I can look back and be like, yep, not doing that again. Not doing that again. And I have tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm.
And I will not make the same mistakes again. And I won't let money control me. Because that's a big thing. When you start a business and you see how much money you can make, you'll be like, oh.
Right.
Forget. Thanks God, I got it from here.
Right.
But he like, oh, okay. Watch. I'm going to show you. And now I'm open and I'm willing. Like, everything is more fruitful at this time. Like, my clients are more receptive to my online booking. Just things.
You got an
like
app now.
I got my app.
So I have a question that I want to ask, and this is a little different. And I asked this on my Instagram story a couple months ago, and I was wondering, what was your mindset on this? Would you rather make $50,000 a year, $1,000 a year, like stress-free, no problems, none of that? Or would you rather make $500,000, but it's stressful? But you know, you're making $500,000 a year, and you know you're almost a millionaire. Or you could be the other route. Which one would you take?
I'll just say this. There's a saying, no struggle, no progress. So you can't expect to go through life struggle-free, stress-free, and not learn anything. And by learning things, it teaches you where to go on the next step. You're going to encounter things on the next step, basically what you learned from your last journey. So I will take the stressful because it's grooming me and it's getting me prepared for what's to come.
So you're saying you take the 500, you take the 500,000 over the 50,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, anything that comes easy, you probably won't have it long. So.
Okay.
Because you won't know how to appreciate it.
Okay. And you want to tell them your social media stuff?
I am the Dollhouse Salon. House is spelled Houze on Instagram, and Dollhouse Salon on Facebook and Twitter. My style seat is styleseat.com/the Dollhouse Salon. And my app is the Dollhouse Salon. It's on Apple, iTunes, and Google Play.
And what's one thing you would leave, to someone that want to be like you? And what's something you would give them, what's something like you would give them? What kind of inspiration?
Always remember, everything you go through is for someone else. So just know that anything you go through, it doesn't last always. Take the stress off of yourself and allow yourself to grow through what you go through. With any situation, it's a moment. Don't make it a monument. And just put God first and pray. Take a moment to yourself, self-care, and learn empathy over sympathy.
I want to thank you for coming today. And, this is the second episode. And we're happy to have you here and to share your journey. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.